Hello everybody and welcome to Matt Reviews, where today we are going to be talking about Transformers Legacy Chromia. Now this figure is alright. So this is a recolor with a different head basically. So remold-ish. A very slight remold of Transformers Legacy Animated Prowl, which I did not get because I already had the original Legacy Prowl, and I didn't think that this one lived up to that one. So I just was like, nah, I'll pass. But then they released it as Chromia, and I thought, sick, I'll get that version, because I like Chromia, and as a new figure, I don't, like, I already had an animated Prowl, so I didn't need another one, but if they're going to release it as a new character, sure, I'll pick it up. And yeah, this figure is alright. It has a couple of problems, but that has nothing to do with the figure being Chromia. It's just the mold overall, honestly. Because as far as the animated molds go, the Legacy animated molds, this is probably my least favorite so far. As of time of recording, I don't think they... Well, yeah, next thing has already been announced, so... Yeah, as far as the Transformers Legacy animated things go, this is my least favorite mold. But that is not saying that it is bad. I just have a couple problems. And yeah, so first let's get to the box review. So here's the box. There's the side. You got that artwork that is quite cool, but I've gotten so used to seeing it, I barely even notice it. Then we got this side, 20 steps. Then you have her holding her throwing stars, which I genuinely wonder how the heck they took this photo, because you will see that this is impossible. And this is also slightly impossible, but for a different reason. But this is incredibly impossible. It's annoying. Then you have Chromia again on this side, and some cool looking artwork. And then bottom and on the inside, you have nothing, except for this yellow thing that is made out of recycled cardboard. So yeah, whoosh. And yeah, so here's what I mean by that I have no idea how they took that photo. If you look at the hands, they are differently shaped, which is, in theory, cool, because you could have, like, this one is for holding the Ninja Stars, and this one is for holding any other 5mm port thingy. Like, let me see, something that I have on my desk. Okay, this is part of the axe from from Prime. But, see, she can hold that just fine. And in this hand, she can't. But, here's the thing. I don't really care that she can hold other people's weapons. I want her to be able to hold her own weapon, which she can do with one hand. If we take the Ninja Star, and then swing this out, and then that brings out, and I think that's still cool. I loved how Transformers Animated Prowl did that. And then you can place that into her hand. That holds just fine, and that holds very well. But then you come to this one, and try and undo it, and wow, I didn't have problems with either of these. Unfortunately, one of them, I'm not sure which one currently, I think it's this one, has really, like, messed up gears that makes it really annoying to do. And this one works super smoothly, if not a little bit too smoothly, because it'll auto-close sometimes when you try and hold it. But, she can't hold it. She has 2 Ninja Stars. And maybe if you just perfectly put it in her fingertips. It's just... I want her to be able to hold both of them. And I want Animated Prowl to be able to hold both of them. But neither of them can. And that annoys me. So I have no idea how they took that photo. Probably they just used some sticky tack or something. But, yeah, anyway. Yeah, so then I'll put... Also, the weapons basically only cause more harm than good. I really, like, these are some of my favorite, like Transformers, the original Transformers Animated Prowl, his Ninja Stars are such a cool, like, weapon. These are that, but worse, because if you put them in the wrong way, like, I always put this one on this side and this one on this side, just so that as the wheels rotate in vehicle mode, the spikes don't come down and do that. And then it gets messed up, and then you have to, like, force them back into place, at least on this one. This one is fine. But, like, if you do it the wrong way, it'll get caught and come out, and that's annoying. But, now, let's talk about Chromia, because she's sick, and she deserves more time in the limelight. Because a lot of the other female Transformers have started getting, like, much bigger roles, like RC, first one, great. Windblade, like, was pushed to the forefront of Transformers for a good long while, and has really had a good run, and I'm okay with her taking a bit of a back step for a little bit. The most recent one, I'd say, is Alita 1, who has been on a stellar run, being in Earthspark, and the biggest one being Transformers 1, where she was a main character, which was awesome. I really liked her in that movie. And then there's Chromia, who is, like, I'd say number 3, is, like, she was, like, number 3 of importance as far as the, like, original group of female Transformers. Moonracer, unfortunately, is 4th. But, and she's been slowly getting more and more recognition, but I think she deserves her time in the sun, you know? But, anyway, let's get to posability, because it is pretty good. So you got full 360, you got out that far, you got bend of maybe slightly over 90 degrees, or just 90 degrees, I'm not quite sure. Then you got bicep rotation, you got nothing at the wrist, but you got inward movement. Then, due to transformation, you got a waist swivel, you got a bit of an ab crunch, barely, due to transformation. Head is on a ball joint. You got thigh swivel, you got forward really far, and then back. Oh, I heard a pop. I don't see anything wrong. Back equally really far. Out also really far. And bend over 90 degrees, maybe by a little bit. And then you got a whole bunch of foot articulation due to transformation. Oh, see, that's what I mean. If you move it wrong, it pops, and then it's like, ugh. But, and then the foot itself is on a ball joint, so you got all this movement. You got free range. And yeah, so overall, quite good articulation. And here is the size comparisons. Here she is with my previous review, RC, and they look pretty good together, despite being different continuities. And here she is with Batman, who I actually, when she's in motorcycle form, he might be the right size to, like, ride the motorcycle and it fit. I don't know. Well, I guess we can find out. Unless I forget, which is very possible and more than likely. So yeah, let's get to transformation now, because it is interesting. It is like the Transformers animated Prowl, but in my opinion, a little worse. So yeah, but again, my complaints are, oh no, you're not animated Prowl, which is an absolutely phenomenal figure that still holds up today. You're only a good figure instead of a great figure. Oh no, what a nightmare. I seriously do like this figure. It's just, I'm comparing it to impossibly higher standards of Transformers Animated Prowl, who is probably my favorite Transformers animated toy in general, and also is just phenomenal. So, first, fold in the hands, and bring them out. Then take all this, rotate this way, and then realize that I always do this wrong, and then question it. I'm going to say this way. Nope, this way. Yep. Haha. I figured it out this time. Then rotate the legs both the same way, which is a bit different than the original, but that's okay. I mean, I'm not complaining. I like the new transformation. Bring these down and flip all this around like so. Then push in the head and leave it there for now. Then bring this down and bring the arms back into the body and plug that in. Then you take this part. Yeah, okay, I did grab the right leg. And then bend that in, and that will go right into that slot right there. And then these will split apart for the billionth time, because for some reason, they don't like to stay together. Then you take this part and bring this in. And let me just say, if you are going to pose this figure with the kickstand out, do it now. It will save you time. Then bring the handlebars around and in, then bring all this up, and then peg this in like so. Same thing on this side. And this is what I mean, because if this is in, then it goes right into the figure, and you're going to have to untab this to get it out, because it is quite tight. You can do it with your thumb, like, you can do it with your nail, but just save yourself the time and energy and just flip it out beforehand when you still have open access to it. Then take all this and then bring this in and bring this in and make sure this part is lined up right, because if not, you'll have a pain of a time. And then that'll plug right in, and that is pretty dang good. I like that. It starts off really good, and then towards the end kind of gets a little bleh, but overall, I like this transformation, and I think it's quite cool. And now, unfortunately, I have two last nitpicks. Well, kind of. One, the kickstand. Whoa, hey. Wow, that's crazy. The kickstand actually worked that time. Most of the time, that happens. Dang. But yeah, so that's a little bit frustrating. And second, the wheels, especially the back one, doesn't roll the best because of these weapons again. The weapons basically cause all 90% of the problems on this figure. If this figure just didn't have these friggin' ninja stars, it would shoot up quite a bit, because almost all my problems have to do with it. The hands not holding the weapons, the weapons being kind of annoying to use in general, just like the gimmick not working well. Then the being stored and getting all messed up, another thing for the weapons. And then in vehicle mode, the wheels not rolling the best. Like if you watch, right, it just goes, like, it'll move slightly forward and then it'll just slide, and then it'll occasionally roll, which, it's annoying. But, yeah, so if they just got rid of those weapons, which is annoying, because on the original figure, it is one of my favorite gimmicks, I think this would honestly be way better. And then the only nitpick I would have is the kickstand, which, this is, hey, twice in a row. That's pretty crazy. Well, twice in one video, I should say. But, yeah, then that would be my only problem, and that's fine. I don't really care. But yeah, so, actually, I remembered. Let's see if Batman can ride it, and my gosh. Not quite. He's a bit too big for it. But, yeah. So, well, that's about it. Should you get this figure? If you want Chromia, I'd say go for it. But there are better versions out there. Just, this one's going to be the easiest to get, because the best version is really expensive, and yeah. So, yeah, that's about it. Thank you all for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, comment down below, what characters I should review next, and I will get to them as soon as possible. And follow me on YouTube and TikTok. Let's see if I can do this without it falling over. Bye! No. Bye!